It's a huge challenge given the resource constraints that we all read about every day. From a clinical point of view, it has to be personalisation in medicine, being able to provide personalised treatment, getting people better, quicker, out of hospital faster and into a better state of health has to be the primary focus. It will enable the funds that the government are able to settle. It'll enable them to be used more effectively. So definitely personalisation. And secondly, the swell of consumer healthcare passionate individuals, people like me, as an entrepreneur, focusing all of your time and energy in startup space, providing those challenges, raising the debate, opening the doors so that people can really see what it takes to make a health system run. That's the point at which I think the political side of the equation starts to receive the input, and people start to have opinions on where that money goes and where it's spent. And to enable the service to stay free, that debate has to get a lot louder and a lot broader. So new partnerships are inevitable. Collaboration to solve big problems is fundamentally a sensible approach and a tried and tested method in business. There are some interesting opportunities, I think, beyond the obvious. One that springs to mind is how to tackle some of the gaps there are in social care at the moment. So helping people who are living alone and requiring support in their own home. And if we think about looking at the organisations and individuals who might attend your home and see you, so perhaps it wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibilities that an organisation with a huge logistic capability, which actually could be a delivery company, like DHL or Yodel, it could be Amazon, that not only while they are perhaps delivering their drugs to you, but they're able to record the fact that they've spoken to you and they've seen you and you are well. I don't know the numbers, but there's a huge amount of commissioned social care time that we pay for, which are called check-in calls. Where actually a healthcare assistant would come and knock on your door and just come and see you for 5 minutes to make sure that you are okay. And those sorts of partnerships, so solving those sorts of problems beyond clearly the obvious around the advancement in technology that's being driven by pharma. I think also there is, we'll see a lot of difference around pharmaceutical companies and their direct-to-consumer communication. They're being able to listen and learn and taking on that responsibility perhaps more slowly than some people would like, because until one of those guys makes a big play, as it were, then the rest of the delivery system can order itself around it. So I think that's probably the next play that has yet to be seen. I see the biggest challenge as people, having the right resources in the right places. People enable technology to work really well in healthcare. It's people that need to have their health managed, and the human element sometimes gets lost in the technology conversation. But if you think about resources and education, so the journey of a clinical individual being trained to take up their post and then gathering experience while they're in it is a long one. 5, 7, 10 years. It takes a long time for that knowledge and direct experience to adjust. The skills shortages within our healthcare system are extraordinary, and the very best technology put into play requires human beings to make it happen. There's roughly, I think, about 6,000 vacancies for data scientists here at the moment. at Davos, they were talking about the lack of those skills being something that was globally definitely holding us back. But you also look at numbers we know well in terms of agency spend inside the NHS. It's £3 billion. That's the same individual working in a different way, going in and out of different trusts. So they're not regularly in one setting, they're not regularly part of one team, and all the human element of achieving that change and transformation. So we have to understand that the education is going to take time, and we have to think outside the box in the way that we use those skills and resources that are available to us.